Halifax facing near neighbours Bradford. After all the talks emerging at the end of last season, this is sure to be a keen competition. And before the kick-off, just welcome today's match sponsors, Evans Alshaw, main Ford dealers in Halifax. Welcome to Steve Davis and his guests. And the match ball sponsor, Bentley's Food and Wine at Wade House Road in Shelf. Maybe divided loyalties coming from Shelf. Today's mascot is Joshua Sheard, who attends the Bowling Green Junior Infant School at Stainland. His favourite player is Carl Harrison. Became the match mascot after winning a competition in the Halifax career. Steve Sims able to pick the same side for 2 matches running, which will be quite a novelty in his time at Thrumall. Omanga at number 1, Bentley, Schuster, Anderson and Preston the backs, 3/4 Briggs and Parker, Harrison, Rowley and Jackson the front row. Moriarty onto the bench after his late arrival on Wednesday to partner Michael Jackson. Simon Baldwin at loose forward, Akuku, Devorte, Fieldhouse and Gillespie on the bench. And over to you, Malcolm, for the Bradford team.
Well, Bradford having to make a lot of changes this afternoon due to injuries. At number 1,
Parker feeds the scrum, Bentley in off the wing, looking perhaps for a repeat of that try scored again Bradford the full length of the field a couple of seasons ago, but he spilled the possession up. Conditions obviously very greasy with that rain prior to the kick-off, so Halifax on the back foot again, going back towards their own line. Bradford looking to take advantage. Fox looking to set up the move. Good ball back on the inside, quickly played by Boothroyd. Fairbanks drives it towards the Halifax post, looking for the backs. Carl Hall, short ball to Newlove, but a superb tackle by Schuster on John Newlove in that bottom corner. Making his seasonal debut for Bradford, Paul Newlove. On at Halifax in many a game. Plenty of tries for Paul Newlove. Against Halifax, he'll be looking for more this afternoon. Briggs to Schuster, looking for the break. Maybe able to get it away. Carl Hall just walking over the top of him. Moriarty off the short ball, driving forward. Fairbanks and Powell making the tackle. Bradford looking to contain Halifax in their own half. Wayne Jackson driving forward, a posse of defenders. Jackson slips it out to Briggs. Briggs looking to get the one-handed pass away as he was going down, slippery as he played the ball. Harrison driving forward, that's another red eye. Fairbanks on Harrison. So some big exchanges in the opening minutes. And with the wind swirling around, Thrumall, Rowley opts for the tap. Takes it on his own up towards halfway. Met by Aymer and Boothroyd, right on the centre spot. Parker the short ball to Harrison. Aymer there again with a tackle. Rowley up quickly from Actinar. Jackson running onto the ball well, but a posse defenders round Michael Jackson. Parker to Briggs. Short ball to Moriarty, appeals for the forward pass. Moriarty brought down by Fox and Fairbank. Play on, Halifax keep it moving with the feet. It's come off a Bradford defender, it could be 6 more. Briggs wriggling, trying to get up and play it quickly. Parker, short ball to Harrison, but there's Harrison spilling possession. John Aymer not looking happy as he got to his feet then, neither is Carl Harrison. But conditions obviously with that rain just before the kick-off, Malcolm, making handling very difficult.
Yeah, I think we're going to see quite a bit of spilt ball, but thankfully the rain's now abated, and let's hope that we get a good game as David Myers coming away from that scrum to Bradford after that mistake by Carl Harrison. Carl Hall into the line. Hall had a good game on Wednesday night for the Bulls. Had Odsall scored a try as Carl Fairbank ducking the shoulder up to the halfway line. So both teams playing it tight in this opening 10 minutes as Hodgkinson from the acting halfback trying to go through as Moriarty hauls him to ground. Long ball out to Derek Fox. Fox doing well there, having to take that ball as Carl Fairbank into Neil Summers. Summers into space. Had Roy Powell in support, but just couldn't offload the ball. But it's the last tackle signal by the referee as Bulls come down the short side. Dixon onto Carl Hall. Hall going for the corner, popping the ball out there, but that'll be the handover to Halifax as Bradford tried to work the ball down that short side. It was a good run by Carl Hall. So Fax with a set of 6 now on their own line, looking to drive this ball back at the field. Jackson spilling the ball again, and Tommy Hodgkinson at the back there just picking that ball up and just settling things down as driven back there. That's good driving by Wayne Jackson. So Bradford need to reorganise again now as John Hamer just takes the drive up, but he's halted. Summers onto Boothroyd. Boothroyd propping, straightening up, but Halifax spotting well as Neil Summers, the long ball out to Derek Fox. Over the top to Robbie Paul, and Paul just taking his eye off that ball at the crucial time and putting the ball down. So that'll be head and ball to Halifax. Robbie Paul coming into the line there, trying to make that extra man for the Bulls, but greasy ball this afternoon, and that just going to ground. Hopefully the sun's starting to come out now. So Fax come up with the ball, and once again a mistake. On to Robbie Paul. Bradford quick on the ball to Carl Hall. Hall straightening up. Hall well tackled there by Grant Anderson. So Bradford with the ball, and Roy Powell putting the ball down again. So a lot of handling errors here in this opening 10 minutes. Apps from Hall. And once again having problems settling the ball on that mound of sand. And referee stopping the clock there, just signalling to the timekeepers. Wanted the clock stopping. Goal kicks now seem to take forever, and of course could be very, very important by the time we get through to February next year. With this centenary season, things could be top at the tie. Schuster strikes the ball, that drifts across the face of the post. Picked up there by Neil Summers, and Summers just managing to put the ball down in the field of players. David Myers from the acting halfback, trying to bring the ball away, but Halifax up very, very quickly there. The spotters is Roy Powell. Powell still on the 10-metre mark as the Halifax tackling machine gets to work on the big fella. Touch judge in there, seen an infringement in that tackle on Roy Powell. Obviously trying to hook the ball out. That's the signal that the referee's given there. So we're trying to pull the ball out. So Derek Fox, chance to relieve that pressure for the Bulls. Finds touch midway between the 25 and the halfways. John Hamer takes the drive up for the Bulls. Dicko coming on the charge up to the halfway line, but well met there by Simon Baldwin. Bradford working the short side with Carl Hall. Hall, but that's a good tackle by Grant Anderson on his opposing centres. Summers straightening up, looking for the gap, looking for the runners coming there, but nobody was coming as Hodgkinson works the blind again onto the big fella Powell. Powell dips the shoulder, but that's 5 tackle signal by the referee. So the ball with Derek Fox. Fox puts a good high ball towards the fullback. Newlove in very, very quickly. And that was taken well by Umgar, the Halifax fullback. So Halifax looking to drive the ball out now with John Bentley.
Tremendous take by Halifax fullback. Umanga under pressure from Newlove. A good kick by Fox. Harrison off the short ball. Referee Bob Connolly catches the Bulls offside. And just going back to a couple of previous incidents, it's noticeable how referees can see an offence occur in front of them. It's noticeable that referees won't spot an offence under the noses, but the linesman can on the touchline. As proved by Connolly on 2 occasions, and Matthew Elliott makes the change for Bradford with Bourneville on there making the tackle, changing places with Alan Bouldroyd. Scores level, 2 points all, just over 20 minutes gone, as Harrison tries to make yards towards that Bradford line. Parker looking to set up the attack, well taken out of the air by Fairbanks. But there's a pass for Fairbanks, now for Myers. Baldwin manages to keep hold. Parker goes over the top on the Bradford quarter line. Hodgkinson to Bourneville. Used many times as a substitute last year for Bradford. Fox to Paul, trying to move it out, perhaps looking for new love. Paul doesn't need him as he gets over halfway. Support there with Caudle. A lousy pass, it was forward anyway, and it was round by the ankles. But that should have been a try to Bradford. Fox tries to console Robbie Paul, but Paul taking the wrong option. Well, the right option in the first place, breaking the Halifax defence. Just holding off too long with the pass, trying to draw the defence. As the pass went forward and down by Caudle's ankles. Halifax will have been grateful to see that one go to ground. Perhaps the emphasis on Newell allowing that gap. Now it's Schuster's turn, he looks for the gap. Good tackle by opposite centre Newell. Briggs turns it back inside. Amanga with the pace. Over halfway, the Halifax fullback up into the line. 3 tries in 3 games so far for the Western Samoan fullback. Briggs looking for options. Halifax slow to set up the ideas as Briggs bounces off the first tackler. Then runs into Fairbank. Harrison looking for the pass back inside to Anderson. Anderson could have the pace to go all the way. Carl Hall just managing to get back and drag him down. Jackson to Briggs. Behind Parker, the ball comes loose. A scramble on the floor, it touched the Bradford player. Halifax will get 6 more. A Newell around the head of Parker there. Halifax with the advantage. Bentley up from acting half. Slips away from 1. 10 metres out. Bentley still trying to drive forward. Still looking for the first try of this game. Harrison trying to put Anderson away again. Only denied his first try in Halifax colours by the referee's whistle with a forward pass against the Broncos. Long pass to Preston. Just can't get around on the touchline. Well, Carl Hall it was again who saved the Bradford line. The cut-out pass going out to Preston. Just not enough room on the outside to work an opening for Halifax. Referee Robert Connolly again having words with the players. Max Tomlinson, the former Doncaster winger, waiting to get into the action. Caudle looked to have been clutching his hamstring. Shouts for the referee to hold up play so the Bulls can make the substitution, but he's not listening at the moment. Finally Tomlinson gets to come on and sent back off until Caudle leaves the field. Godford using 2 of the subs. Caudle being told to run off the field. Well, I wouldn't want to be told to run off the field if I pulled hamstring. Myers has found a gap. There's plenty of pace. Turns Schuster and Bentley. Tomlinson's going to get his first touch. Has he the pace to go around Bentley? He'll go through him, he holds it up and gets the pass away well. But Halifax's scrambling defence getting back. Umanga making the tackle, but Bradford on the attack again with Hamer. Just looking to turn around and pass it. It's a good job Moriarty wrapped him up. Fox looking for runners, having to juggle with that one. Bourneville going forward. Well, it's end-to-end stuff now. The ground's perhaps drying out a bit. Dixon on the short ball. one of his best seasons last season, 20-odd tries. Hodgkinson. But the touch to John again. Bradford will continue it. Perhaps he's seen a punch as Hodgkinson went down there. Well, he's signalling as much. And it's Grant Anderson that's going to be pulled out on this occasion. So that'll no doubt give Derek Fox the chance to put Bradford into the lead for the first time. It's a little more difficult than his earlier attempt, but Fox a very reliable kicker. Halifax looking for only the second win over Bradford in the last 6 years. A bit of a bogey team at Thrumall. But despite the conditions and the handling errors, it's a very, very keenly fought contest, as you would expect in these local derbies. Coming up to the half-hour, Fox 15 metres out from the right-hand side of the post. Facing the Halifax fans, no problem for Fox. He puts it through the middle, and Bradford will take the lead for the first time at 4 points to 2.
Well, super break there by David Myers that got Bradford. Dixon again. Dixon takes the ball well, driving out towards the 20. That's good running by the Bradford second rower. Thompson from the acting half-back position, just taking the ball up, just taking a little bit of workload off the forwards there while the forwards get back and get organised. Robbie Paul just trying a little dart from acting half-back. Roy Powell driving towards that halfway line. Brilliant sunshine here at Thrum Hall now as Bradford move the ball out wide. Neil Summers drops the ball inside to Carl Hall. Hall spins out. Finally hauled down there by Paul Rowley as fifth tackle signal by the referee. So this will be the kick into the corner by Derek Fox towards the Halifax fullback. That's taken well by Umgar, and he's equally tackled very, very well there by Paul Newlove. So Fax back in possession, looking to work this ball up the park. John Hamer in on the tackle there with Carl Fairbank. Carl Harrison. Harrison drops the ball off to Wayne Jackson, but Jackson well spotted there by Derek Fox and Eugene Bourneville. That's a good run from acting half-back by the hooker, Rowley, but five tackle signal once again by the referee. Back to Parker. Parker's going to put the kick into the corner. That's quite a chase for Robbie Paul as Paul letting the ball bounce and finally getting the ball at the third attempt. A little bit risky that is. Myers from acting half-back going across the face of the post, but hauled down well there by Wayne Parker. Hodgkinson onto John Hamer. Bradford just need to keep possession of the football now and drive this ball out. Hodgkinson from acting halfback gets the ball inside to Hamer. Hamer onto Bourneville. Bourneville turns the back. It's the ball out to Fox. Fox ducks under one, but halted there by Carl Briggs. Roy Powell, the big fella, taking the drive up. Had Neil Summers on the outside, but just couldn't offload that ball. Fox, the long ball out. The kick for the corner. That's a good kick by Derek Fox, and
Bentley in off the wing. Brought down by Tomlinson. Schuster looking for the step, brings it up to the quarter line. Fairbanks and Powell with the tackling. Plenty of work in defence being done by the Bradford forwards. Good pass by Harrison to Anderson. Anderson struggling to get to his feet. Fox all over him. Fox trying to plead his innocence to referee Bob Connolly. Briggs to touch. Preston from a standing start, making 10 metres. Wayne Jackson off Paul Rowley. Heading back towards that Bradford quarter of the field. Parker, Moriarty, Amanga in up to the line from full-back. Parker, Briggs to Anderson. Plenty of attention for Grant Anderson. Halifax struggling to break down this Bradford defence. Baldwin. Harrison just overrunning it. Not this time. Harrison tries to get it back. A scramble by the post. It was just the boot of Newell that put it dead. But Halifax doing well to keep the ball alive. Under the post. It's just tipped forward. It came off a Bradford player and Briggs chased after it, but Newell getting his boot to it first. So Fox will drop out under the post. Looking for the distance. Didn't get the height, but plenty of distance. It goes into the Halifax half by 15 metres. Amanga back over halfway. 3 Bradford defenders waiting for him. Rowley, short ball to Jackson. Again, there's 3 Bradford defenders there. Rowley to Moriarty. Good tackle by John Amer. Rowley away from acting half, almost finding a gap. Fairbank brings him down. And Fairbank goes for it from acting half. Well, as soon as the ball's on the ground, you're allowed to play at it. Fairbank not happy with the decision as he got up off the floor. But it'll give Schuster another chance at goal. 5 minutes to go in the first half. In fact, Connolly looks to have penalised Bradford for offside. The signal he was giving there. Schuster from in front of the post again to level the scores. No problem this time as Schuster stuff Bradford perhaps cutting out the best couple of openings in the first half. But the handling letting them down on one occasion. Fox to start. Umanga lets it go over his head. Nobody behind him. It'll be a drop out under the post. And Bradford may now get an opportunity to put more pressure on the Halifax line.
Yeah, good kick-off there by Derek Fox, and the ball just bouncing once in the in-goal.
Inside there, behind the Bradford centre.
Hodgkinson just tapping the ball through, trying to get the Bradford runners coming on. So Bradford putting the pressure on with 4 minutes to go on my watch here at Thrum Hall. That scoreline of Halifax 4, Bradford Bulls 4. So Derek Fox just bringing the ball back to the 10-metre mark. It's the ball into the scrum, out to Neil Summers. Summers drops the ball inside to Carl Hall, but the defence sliding across there on the Bradford centre. And referee giving a penalty there against Halifax. Hall trying to get up and play the ball again and pulling the... He's actually signalling that they were trying to pull the ball out, stealing the ball. I thought he just caught his footers. For Derek Fox to put the Bulls back into the lead. Simple kick from in front of the post. Both defences been very, very tight here at Thrum Hall. Not had many breakaway chances. Bradford probably had the better in the first half as Fox finds the centre of the post. Halifax 4, Bradford Bulls 6. And once again, Halifax just taking the time, coming back to the centre spot. Referee there, Bob Connolly, just saying to Halifax, come on, get on with the game. And once again, Grant Anderson below us there, just asking the referee about that penalty as Halifax get the ball out. A shout there, a bad shout by Bradford. Heard the shout go up, leave it. John Hamer left it. It was into the sun, but that ball going one bounce and then into touch, but that'll be head and ball to Bradford. Bradford inside their own 20-metre area. Couple of minutes to go as Max Tomlinson comes with the ball from behind the scrum there. Newlove from acting half-back, just losing his feet there. The Bradford centre trying to make some good yards forwards. Bourneville going down the short side. Bourneville flips the ball inside onto Fairbank. Fairbank dips the shoulder, but good tackling there by Wayne Jackson as Bradford come again with Summers. Summers showing the little dummy, drops the ball inside to Hall, but the Halifax defence with Grant Anderson sliding across, bring the Bradford centre down on the halfway line. Hamer took a big hit there as the half-time hoot to go, so no stoppages there as John Hamer took a big hit there on the stroke of half-time. So a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for Matthew Elliott as his team goes in with just that 2 points lead. Quite a good half. Both defences on top, but a lot of handling errors because of obviously the greasy position of the ball.
Well, the 15 minutes of torrential downpour and help conditions, but it's still a keenly fought contest, as it would be between Halifax and Bradford. Bradford have had the best chances. Halifax haven't respected the possession as much, and they've made too many errors near their own line.
So half-time here at Thrum Hall, it's Halifax 4, Bradford Bulls 6.
Bob Connolly makes sure the Bulls players are on side as he gets the second half underway with Bradford leading 6 points to 4. Halifax playing towards the scratching shed in the second half. There are one or two opposing fans from various clubs who said that the noise that comes out of the scratching shed is worth an extra 6 points to Halifax. Well, if they needed 6 points, now's the time to get them, as Jackson gets it away well to Briggs. Puts the dummy up. Briggs keeps going forward up towards halfway. And I'm sure Steve Sims will have told the players they've got to keep hold of the ball for the 6. Something they failed to do in the first half. This match, of course, as expected, a lot harder than the midweek one against the Broncos. Manga pops it up brilliantly for Schuster. Fox tackles equally brilliantly, loses possession to Schuster. Fox will gratefully gather it up for Bradford. Tomlinson. Played in the Doncaster side that suffered that record 72 points and ill defeat at Tattersfield last season. Many a player joining the exodus from there. Paul steps inside this time, gets a good pass away to Summers. But Baldwin there to make the tackle. Amer driving forward, Bradford relying on these big forwards. Dixon. Interested, it says in the programme they're trying to shed the old man image. Well, I can't see him doing it so far with the players they have in the pack. Manga takes it over his own line. It'll come back for a tap on the 20 metre, which was quickly taken by Rowley to Bentley. Into Hodgkinson and Bourneville. All over Bentley. Jackson running the short side against Tomlinson. Losing possession. And Halifax spill up possession straight away in the first half to put Bradford on the attack and back with the advantage. Hodgkinson from acting half. Wrong foot in Harrison. A Manga to beat, but runs into Parker. But that's a good run by the Bradford hooker, Hodgkinson. Fairbank taken down 10 metres out. Fox. Long pass out to Summers, back inside 2. Robbie Paul using Dixon a bit as a bit of a shield. The 5th tackle. Halifax look to hold out. Summers turns it back inside. Chance here for Bradford. Wild pass. Moriarty picks it up for Halifax. Trying to wrestle away out of the tackle. Well, Bradford piling up the chances in the opening minutes of the second half as Baldwin comes away. Plenty of ground made by Moriarty and Baldwin. Back up towards halfway. Wayne Jackson makes it to 10 metres from halfway. Rowley calling the shots. Bentley coming in off the wing against Fox, but Fox holding on downstairs while Amer gets there to complete the tackle. Harrison looking to turn, gets it to Anderson. Anderson taking it from a standing start, the 5th tackle with Halifax just back inside the Bradford half. Parker opts for one in the air. Robbie Paul coming forward, he's put under pressure and touched it. Baldwin's there to pick it up. The first try of the game for Halifax for Simon Baldwin. 3 minutes into the second half. I think a bit of the eyeball putting Robbie Paul under pressure. A good chase by Halifax, just increasing that pressure. The bounce of the ball could have taken it anywhere, but Baldwin there to pick it up for Halifax, put it down behind the post for the first try to put Halifax back into the lead at 8 points to 6.
Halifax working the ball down the park, and a good try from a good kick. So Schuster with the conversion attempt finds the centre of the post, so Halifax take that 4-point lead. It's Halifax 10, Bradford Bulls 6. So Derek Fox will need to marshal his troops now, get them going again. And the Bulls making a substitution. Andy Ireland coming on the park. Didn't actually see who'd gone off. We'll have to have a look down below us, but Andy Ireland into the fray this afternoon as Fox gets the ball underway. Halifax getting the ball at the second attempt there. It's John Hamer that's off the park, walking around the perimeter of the ground here with Marie as Halifax come on the drive again. That's good running by Michael Jackson, making good yardage as Fax work the short side. Bentley gets out of one, but finally hauled down there by Max Tomlinson. Schuster in at the acting halfback. On to Wayne Jackson, but Jackson wrapped up there by Fairbank and Paul Dixon. Fax looking to move the ball. It's a good dummy there by Wayne Parker. The gap opened up in the Bradford defence, but managing to shut it. But we're on the last tackle again, as once again the high ball to test Robbie Paul. Derek Fox under it this time, and Fox spilling the ball. So Bradford under pressure once again from that high kick. Fox just probably taking his eye off the ball at the crucial minute as Fax coming with the ball from the scrum. It's Parker straightening up, but Carl Fairbank out there very, very quickly as Carl Harrison taking the drive up now for Halifax. Tackle there by Carl Fairbank, and referee giving a penalty there for a high shot by Carl Fairbank on Carl Harrison. And Fairbank, Neil Summers there just having a word. So Schuster with a relatively easy penalty attempt on the 20-metre mark, directly in front of the posts. So in the space of 2 or 3 minutes, Bradford lead taken away from them with that try, and then the high shot there by Carl Fairbank. Chance for Schuster to put the home side 6 points in front. And once again the ball falling off that very, very high mound of sand. Referee signalling to the timekeepers to stop the clock. So Schuster just settles himself once again. Quick look up at the post. Hits the ball, true and sweet. So Halifax go into that 6-point lead. It's Halifax 12, Bradford Bulls 6. Derek Fox will restart again from the centre spot. It's for the second time in this second half as Fox drives a good ball low. It's taken well by Umaga, the fullback, and the Bradford tackles it very, very quickly there. Roy Powell and Carl Fairbank, and looks like he took a little bit of a knock in that tackle. The players there just signalling for the physio to come onto the park as referee brings them away from that player that's down. Wants to keep the game moving. So Halifax to play the ball. They'll work it round the short side with Rowley, but Rowley well wrapped up, and the touch judge in there. David Myers it is this time that's going to get the wrath of the referee. It was Carl Hall actually that the linesman was talking to there. So Carl Hall with a high shot, and a chance for Halifax to work the ball further down the park. Another set of 6. So Rowley taps the ball from the resulting penalty as the Bradford forwards come up very, very quickly on Wayne Parker. Harrison driving in. Well met there by Bourneville and Dixon. Moriarty over the halfway line, but 4 Bradford tacklers very, very quickly round the big Welshman. Moriarty with no marker there, played the ball to himself, which he was quite entitled to do. Bradford markers a little bit slow as Fax looked to bring the ball away again. Rowley trying to get out of the clutches, but good tackling there by Neil Summers as referee signals the last tackle, and once again we'll see the high ball towards Robbie Paul. Paul once again letting the ball bounce, but this time the ball going dead, so that'll be back to the 22 for a Bradford tap out, but good ploy by Halifax, good kicking tactics. Obviously know that the Bradford fullback not safe under that high ball. So Bradford to restart from the 22. It's Eugene Bourneville who takes the first drive, offloads the ball well to Hodgkinson. Hodgkinson spinning round, but Bradford making a good 10, 12 yards there. Ireland on the substitute for John Hamer. Not really showed the true potentials. Carl Fairbank, that's a better run by the Bulls. Better charging run by Carl Fairbank. Hodgkinson once again from acting halfback. Trying to spin out of the way there, but tackled well by Michael Jackson as Fox works the short side again. Ireland sells the little dummy. Ireland into space, gets the ball over the top, and Tomlinson just couldn't take that ball then as Andy Ireland made the opening there for the Bulls. And Max Tomlinson, ex-Doncaster player, just taking his eye off that ball at the crucial time when the try line was open for him. So scrum down to Halifax. Bentley taking the tackle there as Halifax trying to move the ball out, but there was nobody there. Parker once again, a little bit of panic football there by Halifax as they were looking for runners coming, but nobody there as Rowley comes from acting halfback, just brings a little bit of semblance back into the play. Harrison on the charge, dips the shoulder, forward pass there. Good little pass by Carl Harrison, but fairness to Bob Conley, was on the spot there to spot that forward pass. So down we'll go to scrum. Referee with a big smile on his face. I think Carl Harrison must have said something to him, but down we go to scrum. It's head and ball to Bradford. Derek Fox just wanting to settle the pack up as it's the ball onto Summers. Summers the switch onto Carl Hall, but Hall well met on that far side. David Myers in an acting halfback. Myers onto Bourneville. Bourneville having to go behind him there to take the ball, not really running at this Halifax defence. Bradford working the short side with Andy Ireland. Ireland makes 10 yards, but well policed there by Halifax. Summers, the long ball out to Fox. Fox onto Robbie Paul. Inside to Paul Newlove. Newlove into space. Newlove's got one to beat, got two to beat. Newlove going for the line. Is Newlove going to score? And Newlove just halted a yard short there. Looked like a knock-on or a double movement, but thought the Bradford centre was in there. Step one, step two, but finally hauled down, so down we'll go to scrum, and that's head and ball to Halifax. Well, a bit of a let-off there for Fax.
Well, Halifax might have been thinking that they'd been in the lead just to keep possession, but they've forgotten about the Newlove factor. He's been virtually anonymous up to now. But Halifax have to beware, that's just what Newlove can do. Fortunately for Halifax, he dropped the ball. Bentley kicked out in the tackle on Dixon. Dixon complains to the linesman, but Bradford now tackling ferociously to keep Halifax in their own half of the field. Harrison gets it backwards this time, no doubt about that. Briggs pushes off one. Gets it to Jackson. Jackson stepping inside. Into the arms of Dixon and Powell, the Bulls second row. Rowley, Harrison involved again. Driving forward. Well taken to ground by Andy Ireland, former Widnes front rower. Very strong runner. This time no pressure for Robbie Paul. Parker's getting there with a chase, and Paul brought down 10 metres out. That's a super chase by the Halifax scrum half. Tomlinson up quickly from acting half. Well, the legs were pumping, but he didn't make much ground. Hodgkinson from acting half, being driven back a couple of metres. Reluctant to go down. The weight of Harrison will make sure he goes to ground. Bourneville manages to get it away to Hodgkinson, although Hodgkinson didn't expect it. Bradford keep it alive. There's a chance here. Dixon to Newlove. Plenty of pace from Newlove. Parker gets across brilliantly to make the tackle just inside the Halifax half. Bradford increasingly now looking towards Newell perhaps to pull something out of the bag for them, as he has done on so many occasions in the past. Tomlinson put to ground, the 5th tackle. Now Fox tries to put the pressure on with the high ball. Swirling about in the wind, no pressure on. Micah Manga takes it well. Fox the only man there following his kick up. Moriarty from acting half pushes Fox away, pushes Bourneville away. Moriarty makes it to the quarter line. Putting all his strength in the desperate attempts to get Halifax away from their own line. Wayne Jackson. Harrison back to Rowley, running into trouble. Carl Hall and Bourneville there. Bit of scuffling going on between Rowley and Hall, as Briggs opts to try and kick Halifax out of trouble. It's a huge kick, forcing Robbie Paul all the way back behind his own line. He's going to let that one run dead. Halifax using the kicking tactics to good effect so far in the second half. 17 minutes gone, they lead 12 points to 6. And the boots of both Parker and Briggs pushing Bradford back time and again. Fairbanks brought down by Harrison and Briggs, 15 metres from halfway. Hodgkinson quickly to Bourneville. A one-handed pass away to Powell. Powell runs into trouble in the shape of Baldwin, the Halifax try scorer. 2 tries in 2 games for the Halifax loose forward. Bit of confusion there, but Robbie Paul still going. Gets it to Myers. Myers trying to carve himself an opening on that bottom touch line. Fox to Powell. Powell looking to unload the 5th tackle. Watch for the kick from Fox. Send Newell on the dummy run. It's a good kick straight into the arms of Tomlinson, but Tomlinson just unable to keep hold of it. So Halifax will get possession again as Bradford look to make another substitution. Jason Donoghue, left in the second team a lot by Peter Fox last season, now getting his chance. Plays scrum half or hooker, but this occasion it'll be a hooker as he changes places with Tommy Hodgkinson. Highly rated in his days at Lee. And Rowley and Baldwin will know about the danger. Halifax on the back foot, Fairbank gets it away too. Hall, but Hall loses his footing, manages to get up again. But the Halifax defence get back. Almost 20 minutes gone. Bradford on the attack again.
So Bradford with that timely interception there by Carl Fairbank. Fairbank making good yardage, and I thought Carl Hall should have given that ball to David Myers, but Fox now bringing the ball across the park onto Newlove. Newlove looking to go inside. Newlove steps one inside. Newlove goes in. Typical Paul Newlove try. Step one way, step the other. Left John Schuster for dead, and Paul Newlove back on song after that shin injury. Had a couple of runs, not really been in the game in the first half, but Newlove showing the class there of the centre that he is. 5 metres in from the touchline, about 30 metres from the post. Fox strikes the ball, strikes it well, but that's drifted across the front of the post. So it's still Fax with that 2-point lead as Halifax about to make a substitution. It's number 16, John Fieldhouse, who's going to replace number 10, Wayne Jackson. So midway through this second half, all to play for still, just that 2-point lead by Faxes. Fieldhouse takes his place on the park here at Thrum Hall this afternoon. Schuster to restart, good long ball down towards Robbie Paul, and all the Bradford players missing that, so once again that's a drop out under the post. Pressure put back on Bradford. Quite a strong wind blowing from left to right down this part this afternoon. And we've lost the ball. Referee looking for the ball as David Myers finally retrieves the ball from that bottom corner. So Fox to restart from underneath his own post. It's a good high ball, and Halifax there with just letting that ball bounce once. Fox trying to work the short side. In Mexico. Good try there by Carl Gillespie. Stretched the Bradford defence. It was Burgess. There, and the big 17 only been on the park about a minute and a half, and extends Halifax's lead by a further 4 points. 16-10 the scoreline, and Schuster with the conversion attempt to come as, and Derek Fox will restart from the centre spot. Drives a good ball into the sun there, but that's taken well by Wayne Parker as Halifax looking to drive the ball across the field. Harrison from the acting half-back, but nobody really coming running there for the props pass as Fieldhouse into the action this afternoon, but wrapped up there by Dixon and Donahue. Quick play of the ball by Halifax, and just losing his footing there. Michael Jackson, the number 12, as Fieldhouse once again into the waiting arms there of Andy Ireland and wrestled to the ground as the last tackle signal by the referee. Parker once again put the ball over the top, and David Myers gets the ball at the second attempt. Referee saying it went back as Myers gets out of one, but finally hauled down on that far side. Robbie Paul from acting halfback. Paul dancing about, trying to come across the face. Made the half break there, but finally hauled down as Bourneville take the drive up for the Bulls. Bourneville turns his back, gets a good ball to Donahue. Donahue just trying to get out of the tackle, but just couldn't half make it. The ball onto Ireland again. Ireland sells the little dummy, goes inside, but well spotted there by Michael Jackson. Donahue, the long ball out to Summers. Summers looking for the runner coming on the inside, but last tackle signal once again by the referee as Derek Fox, the little cross kick into the corner. Robbie Paul chasing, and Amaga picking the ball up well there, and Carl Hall finally hauls him to ground. Little plan move there where Robbie Paul chases the Derek Fox kick. Didn't come off that time. So it's Halifax on their own 10-metre mark. Forwards just content to drive the ball out. Fieldhouse dips the shoulder, but a good tackle by Eugene Bourneville. Bourneville again in with another good tackle, and once again the last tackle signal by the referee. So Parker will put the long ball down again, and too much strength on that is Bentley set off after that ball. Max Tomlinson a little bit slow there to get back and cover that ball, but the strength of the wind taking the ball dead. So back we come to the 22 for the Tappers. Roy Powell takes the first drive up. Donahue, the little dummy from acting halfback, trying to find a way through, but Fairbank hands one off. Fairbank, good drive up to the halfway line by the Bradford loose forward. Ireland shouting for the ball there up the short side. Fox, the ball out to Summers. Summers over the top to Hall. Hall steps out of one, but the sliding defence there of Halifax coming across. Neil Summers puts the high ball towards the fullback. David Myers racing in, but well taken there by Mike Amaga. Sets off well. That's good play by the Halifax fullback.
Pamanga diffusing the high kick situation again. 12 minutes to go on Halifax lead, 16 points to 10. Jackson running out wide. Trying to break through. Fairbank limping just a minute ago. Back in the action. Jackson looks to have been tackled heavily. Halifax physio on straight away to Michael Jackson. Harrison pushes Powell away. Had Briggs screaming on his left-hand side for that one, the 5th tackle. Just inside the Bradford half. Parker again, opts for one in the air. Robbie Paul comes forward, safe under it this time. Baldwin there putting the pressure on with Mark Preston. Well taken by the Bradford fullback. Quick play, Tomlinson trying to break out of defence and makes it to the quarter line. Donoghue playing it quickly. Here comes Newlove again, trying to step inside Bentley and Schuster. No mistakes this time, close eye on Newlove from the Halifax defence. Donoghue throws the dummy, goes forward. Rowley completes the tackle that Jackson started. Long pass from Fox to Robbie Paul dancing about, bringing Carl Hall on the inside. Hall steps past Gillespie, still going forward. Ball coming loose. Jackson ripping it out. Moving more the way. He went into the tackle. We'll give away the penalty, which Fox will perhaps take the 2 points from in front of the post. 10 minutes to go, just 6 points in this game. Well, Bradford perhaps thinking this game slipping away from them as Fox opts to go for touch. Bourneville with a first drive for the Bulls. Brought down 12 metres out from the Halifax line. Fox brings Dixon on the inside. He's not allowed to make much ground. Fox again trying to engineer an opening. Donoghue throws the dummy and makes 3 or 4 metres. Bradford again quick to play it. Fox to Fairbanks, out to Newlove, to Tomlinson. Tomlinson with Bentley to beat. Stepping back inside, loses possession. Devote picks it up for Halifax. He's come on to replace Michael Jackson, who's gone to the blood bin. So Bradford blow away another chance. Fieldhouse drives out of defence. Dixon does enough to put him down, but quick play the ball. Harrison, well tackled by Powell on the 20-metre line. Rowley inside to Gillespie. Driving forward but finding it hard work against the Bradford defence. Devote has another go, the 5th tackle, and Halifax have not made it to halfway. Parker almost caught by Ireland, back to Umanga. He gets the quick away, and it's a useful one towards Paul. It's bouncing awkwardly. Halifax must now chase it as Robbie Paul comes away from his own line. Fancies a run with Anderson, but Anderson just one hand sufficient to pull Robbie Paul to the ground. Myers from acting half. Closed down quickly by Fieldhouse and Anderson. Dixon off the short ball. One-handed out the back door to Donoghue. But Donoghue only finding 3 more Halifax defenders in his path. Now they look to move it wide. Newlove, Schuster, superb tackle round the ankles from John Schuster. And it's also put Paul Newlove out for the moment. Anyway, that ball coming loose, Fox has knocked on. Good pressure by Simon Baldwin, the Halifax loose forward on Derek Fox. Fox with the error into the last 10 minutes. The scrum just inside the Bradford half. Baldwin breaking quickly. Parker to Bentley against Tomlinson. Tomlinson trying to drag Bentley over the touchline with the assistance of Dixon and Fox. Bentley and Dixon just having a few words. Dixon willing to carry it on. Bentley a slight tug of the shirt. Halifax will continue the attack, a wild pass from Fieldhouse. And Steve Sims screaming at Fieldhouse for that one. Fieldhouse clutching himself on the floor, he should have kept the possession. Newlove tries to salvage again for Bradford. Being ragged towards that touchline by 4 Halifax defenders. Dixon, and you can bet Bentley will be in on this one. It's going on. Bentley's there again, so is Schuster over the top, so is Dixon and Bentley. Well, it's been boiling over between Dixon and Bentley for the last couple of minutes. Referee Bob Connolly should have stepped in then. But there's a whole heap of bodies on the floor. Hard to see who's being dragged about where by who there. Jason Donoghue, the last one to get to his feet. Well, the Bradford and Warrington game midweek, referee Bob Connolly had to put no fewer than 6 players on report. But I think the frustration of Bradford beginning to show a little more. Confidence between all 3 officials. Bentley went in over the top on Dixon. I don't think he made the contact, but it was just the fact that Paul Dixon looked up and saw John Bentley there, and then it came in, it just erupted into a free-for-all. 2 captains being pulled out. Bob Connolly having difficulty, obviously, pulling 2 men out of that pile of bodies. But I think the decision might go in Bradford's favour on this occasion. 5 minutes to go. Halifax supporters beneath the gantry saw something, but Bradford are going to get the penalty. Fox wastes no time in putting it into touch for the Bulls as they go looking to salvage perhaps a draw from this match. A repeat of last season's 16-all draw, but it could erupt yet again in the last 5 minutes, Malcolm.
Yeah, I think Bob Connolly should have gone in a little bit earlier there. I sensed that he was going to lose the game, but Andy Ireland there, good charging. Pulled down by Gillespie. Newlove in an acting half-back. Newlove props, steps one way, steps the other. No way through this time for the big Bradford centres. Derek Fox puts the kick into the corner. Tomlinson, a good chase. Bradford get the ball, and that's a try. Is it on his back? He's on his back, but that'll be another. Bradford just didn't get the bounce of the ball there. It looked like overran the ball, but that will come to the 10-metre mark, but it'll be head and ball to Bradford. So another set of 6. Chance for us. Referee just having a word with his linesman. So down we'll go. Ball by Bradford. Might be better if they move the ball out wide. Donoghue to Robbie Paul, out to Neil Summers. Summers. Bradford on that far side, but last tackle signal by the referee. Summers from acting halfback. Summers trying to go on his own, but that'll be the hand over there. Summers thought there was a gap on that far side, but good scrambling defence by Halifax. So Brad now looking to drive at these Halifax forwards. Stop them moving this ball out. As Carl Hall with a little bit of a high shot there, but Fax coming away now with John Fieldhouse. Fieldhouse offloads the ball. Roy Powell in with a good tackle. Harrison straightening up, but halted there by Eugene Bourneville and Andy Ireland. Fax from acting halfback. Good little dancing run again, but once again, last tackle signal by the referees. Back to Parker, and Parker will hoof the ball down the park. Robbie Paul on his own 20-metre mark, brings the ball away. Props tries to step inside, but tackle well there by Grant Anderson. Derek Fox from acting halfback. Fox going across the park, drops the ball inside to Summers. Summers on to Dixon, but Dixon a little bit pedestrian there, not really coming running. Didn't probably expect that ball coming back so quick as Bourneville takes the charge up for the Bulls now. Into the Halifax half of the field. Time slipping away from the Bulls now as Summers inside, good inside ball to David Myers. Myers coming in off the wing looking for work, but the Halifax defence holding out. Andy Ireland inside to Donahue. Donahue trying to duck underneath. Donahue wasn't whole, so it's to his feet again, but once again it's that last tackle signal by the referee as Fox puts the little cross grubber kick in, but Amagu at the back there takes the ball safely, and Halifax probably breathe a sigh of relief. Just a minute left on the official timing here at Thrum Hall. There is that little bit of stoppage as Fieldhouse drives the ball down the park, and all Halifax need to do is retain possession of this ball now. Rowley stepping out of the tackle there of Derek Fox, but finally hauled down by Neil Summers. Once again the last tackle signal, so see the kick, it's Schuster this time that puts the ball through into the corner, and that's a good kick by John Schuster. Referee will bring the scrum out to the 10-metre mark, but time disappearing now for Bradford. It's still that scoreline, Halifax 16, Bradford Bulls 10. Head and ball to Bradford. So the Bulls' next opponents are the London Broncos next week at Odsal, and let's hope that we've got some of these injured players back in the likes of Roger Simpson. And Bradford looking to move the ball out wide. Carl Hall, but Halifax defence sliding across there very, very quickly. Robbie Paul on to Andy Ireland. Ireland down the short side, but Ireland well tackled there as Summers on to Fox. Fox the ball over the top to Robbie Paul, and Paul losing the ball, so chance for Halifax now. Halifax going in at the corner there with John Bentley. Bradford playing a little bit of panic football, trying to keep this ball alive, and Robbie Paul losing that ball. Picked up well by John Fieldhouse, who fed the ball out to Bentley, and Bentley going in at the corner unopposed. So as we've said once again, Matthew Elliott got a little bit to do with these players this week to get them back into the groove, ready for that game against London Broncos next week. Schuster strikes the ball well, but that just drifting out to the right-hand side of the uprights, and there we go, the final hooter goes here at Thrum Hall. Halifax 20, Bradford Bulls 10, and a disappointing performance by the Bulls this afternoon. Seemed to have the game pretty well tight, and then just handling errors that let Halifax in with those tries. So a good win for Halifax here at Thrum Hall this afternoon.
It's a good win. I think Bradford can put the defeat down to not taking the chances. They had more than Halifax in the first half. The conditions perhaps defeating both sides. But it turned out a glorious afternoon for the weather and for Halifax. And I think Steve Sims' instructions to pepper Robbie Paul with the kicks worked out early in the second half with that early try. Bradford had a couple of more chances, but Halifax held out in defence and came up with the points in the end. A good all-round display. In only the second game of the season, Halifax unbeaten and looking forward now probably to travelling away to Oldham on Friday night. The final result from all, Halifax 20, Bradford 10.